Food for the Angels, today on Let's Cook.
I got sand in my butt. I can't hardly walk.
It's Movie Mania week this week on Let's Cook. And of course, that is a clip from one of this summer's blockbuster hits, Charlie's Angels Full Throttle. And we are definitely going to be going full throttle today and all this week on Let's Cook, paying tribute to some of this summer's best flicks. Today, we're going to be making some fantastic angel-inspired recipes in honor of Charlie's Angels 2 or Charlie's Angels Full Throttle. We have angel kisses. This is a recipe I came up with that I know you're going to love. We're also doing angels on horseback. And then we're making, of course, that summertime favorite, angel food cake, but we're going to be adding some strawberries to it and a little bit of whipped cream. Now, what I have going on right in here is I have some egg whites that I've started to whip. And the egg whites here have just become a little frothy. To make the first part of our angel kisses, we actually need to make some meringue cookies. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this on a little higher speed. I'm going to drizzle the sugar into this. Then I'm also going to add some cream of tartar to this. If you don't have cream of tartar, you could use a little bit of lemon juice. You do need acid in there. Now we're going to whip these until they get really bright and shiny on a high heat, and we have a beautiful meringue. Now, while I'm making the meringue here, because that's going to take a couple of minutes to come up, we're also going to make some ganache. Now, because I think that an angel's kiss is going to be real good with some ganache. So right in this pan here, I have some chocolate that I've just really started to melt here a little bit. So you can see here that this chocolate is just getting a little soft. I don't have to melt it all the way. And this is just semi-sweet chocolate that we're using. I have, let me see, I think I have about 8 ounces of chocolate here. And the ratio is basically 8 ounces of chocolate to 12 ounces of cream. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to let this melt a little bit. I don't want the steam that's coming out of the pot to come in touch with it. Then in my pan right here, I have some heavy cream. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bring the heavy cream up to a boil. When I bring it up to a boil, and it's almost at a boil now, I'm just going to add it right to the chocolate here, and we're going to stir it. The two fats, the butter fat and the cocoa butter that's in here, they're going to kind of emulsify and come together, and we're going to have a delicious, rich ganache that we can use to coat our cookies with. Let's take a look at our meringue over here. This is starting to come together now, but it's not shiny enough. Let me just show you what this looks like right now. It's really not shiny enough, even though it has firm peaks. And the way we can tell it has firm peaks is, see, I go like this, but now come in close on this a little bit, and you'll see it's really not shiny. We really need it to be shiny before it's done, so to get it nice and stable. So I'm just going to put this back on for another minute because my cream is at a boil. I'm going to come over here now. My cream is at a boil. As soon as it comes to a boil, we add it into our chocolate here. Just pour that right in there. And then here's where we become one with the chocolate. Okay, and I know that the fallen angel is going to definitely, in the movie, the blockbuster this summer, Charlie's Angels Full Throttle, the fallen angel, that's Demi Moore, is going to love this. So we're just going to stir this around, and you're going to see it's going to get darker, richer. It's going to be out of this world. So now all of that is incorporated, and this is what we're going to actually coat these angel kisses with. So I'll just let that sit there now. Now I'm going to come over here and I'll show you how you pipe out the meringue cookies here. So just take that, remove that. Now with the pastry bag, I'm going to do bottoms and tops to this. So I'm just going to fill the pastry bag here. And a good trick when you're filling a pastry bag, have your hand like this, put the bag over top of your hand this way. Then you have these two fingers right here. See my little mouth? Hello, hello, hello. This way you can hold the bowl if you need to. You come in this way, and as if you're filling an ice cream cone, You just scrape this down in, push these down in just like this. Oh, out of this world. Now, to pipe these out, we're just going to take our bag now. And first thing I'm going to do is there's two parts to this cookie. We have a bottom and we have a top. So for the bottom, I'll take my bag here, making sure I get the meringue to start to come out first. Beautiful. Come right over here. I'll use this hand underneath. And all I'm going to do is I'm just going to come here, go like that, stop and pull it away. Just stop and pull. See how I do that nice and easily, just stopping and pulling that away? Making sure they're about 1 inch to 2 inches apart. That's my bottom. Now to do the top, I'm going to put a star tube right over top of this one right here. See how just taking this right here so I don't have to empty the bag. Then for the kiss, which is the top part, we go like that. And we just pull that away. Just go like that. Now, we're going to bake these in a 200-degree oven until they're firm and dry. And it's going to take a good 2, sometimes maybe 2 or 3 hours. Yeah, I can show you that when we come back from break. So now we're going to take a little break. And then when we come back, I'm going to show you exactly how to put together angel kisses for Charlie's Angels Full Throttle, this summer's blockbuster movie that we're paying tribute to. We'll be right back. Hi, a lot of energy in that Charlie's Angels Full Throttle, and we have a lot of energy today. Now, in the first segment of the show, in our tribute to Charlie's Angels Full Throttle, I showed you how to make the meringue, and then we're making meringue cookies. So here, I just wanted to show you, we'll have a variation in color, and you will have some shrinkage on these. So these are the ones that I haven't baked. These are the ones that I've already baked off, and they're nice and dry. Now, to put together the cookie, all I'm going to do is I'm going to take my bottom here, and you can buy any icing, as long as it's white, from the supermarket, or you can make a buttercream too. It doesn't really matter. I'm just going to set these up onto the tray here. So, just a little bit of icing right here. Delicious. These are so good. And I'm calling them an angel's kiss because we took the top of these and we made it, you know, the shape of a kiss or a Hershey's Kiss. So this is how I actually got this idea. But we would just take and you just kind of spread this around. And these are, again, there's no fat in these except for whatever is in the icing and whatever is in the chocolate. So I guess, yeah, you got a little bit of fat in these angel kisses. But I think the angels can take it. They seem to be all in pretty good shape. So we'll put those there. Now we take these, and remember we made the ganache? So all you do with the, just kind of take this, put it about halfway in like this, let it drain. See how nice that looks? And we put this right on top of the icing right here. So you have, you're definitely having a lot of flavor going on here, where you have that and it goes right on top of those. Don't these look fantastic? Well, I'm going to finish putting these together. The crew can't wait to have one of these angel's kisses. We're going to take a little break. And then when we come back, we're definitely moving full throttle with our Angels on Horseback. Don't go anywhere. It's a tribute to Charlie's Angels today. Full throttle on Let's Cook. We'll be right back. Hi, welcome back to our tribute to Charlie's Angels Full Throttle, this summer's blockbuster hit. And it's really a great movie because they have the three angels, but then they have the fallen angel too. So I think it has a great theme, or it's a great movie. A lot of action, a lot of things going on. Now, in order to do that, we're actually going to make Angels on Horseback, which has to do with oysters, but we're going to make a little bit of anchovy garlic aioli first for it. So I have a couple of cloves of garlic here I'm going to put into my mixer, along with some anchovies and some egg yolks. And all I'm going to do is puree this. We're going to let this really chop up and get really pureed. And we're actually making a mayonnaise here. So to make the mayonnaise now, I'm going to drizzle in just a splash here of lemon juice, then a little bit of olive oil. Let that emulsify. That's the lecithin in there that's going to cause it to emulsify. A little bit more of the lemon juice. You can actually do half here. And then we drizzle in the oil. just a little bit at a time. You can see, look at this, see how slow this stream is that I'm drizzling this in? And we let that emulsify. Once it totally becomes emulsified, this is what it's going to look like, where it's going to look like a mayonnaise right here. See how this looks like a mayonnaise? Beautiful. Now, what I'm going to do next is I'm going to take some croutons that I have right here, and I'm just going to spread this onto the croutons here. Now, these croutons, I have two types here. I have regular French bread croutons here, the round ones, and I also have some that I've cut into diamonds here, or what we would call a lozenge cut. So we just spread this onto the crouton so that you have about 1/8 of an inch, just like this. You pop these in the oven. So you would just take these, you're going to pop these in the oven and let this melt a little bit and let it soak into the bread. That's the first part. Now, I already have some in the oven here that I'm just going to take out because they're good to go. So I have these right here. Now, the next thing I have to do is I have to get the oysters ready to go now to cook in the oven. So what I have here is I have some thick cut bacon right here. I'm going to take the thick cut bacon, cut it in half this way. So I have about 1/2 of a strip there. Then we'll take our bacon, and I'm going to take the bacon and I'm just going to lay it flat on my cutting board right here. Oops. So my bacon cut flat right there. Then we take an oyster, put an oyster right at the beginning here of the bacon. Now, these are fresh oysters that we just shucked. Put an oyster there. Then, easiest way to pick this up is actually use the tip of your knife and just kind of flip this over. And I'll do them all at the same time. That way I don't have to come back to this. Roll it that way. Then pull this tight and you roll these up. Don't try and pick them up until you've already skewered them, because it's much easier to do it this way. Roll them nice and tight this way. Then take your skewer, come here, in it goes. Make sure you go all the way through the oyster, holding that oyster in place. We're going to put these in a 350 to 400 degree oven for 12 to 15 minutes. So they go on a plate like this. Okay, I'll pop these in the oven. Of course, I already have some of these done too. So let me get these in the oven here. No, we already have these done here. Now, to set these up on a plate, it's so easy because we just take our crouton here, and I'll use 2 of each here, and this one here. Then you'll take the oyster that's wrapped in the bacon and put this right on top. This is a great summer hors d'oeuvre that will definitely get you going full throttle. The only thing you have to do is finish it with a little bit of chopped parsley. We're going to take a little break, and then when we come back, of course, Charlie's Angels Full Throttle, our tribute. So we're making a delicious angel food cake with strawberries. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Hi, welcome back to Let's Cook and our tribute to Charlie's Angels Full Throttle. Did you see all those pictures? I got excited just watching them. Now, what I'm making right now is I'm going to show you how to make an angel food cake. Of course, Charlie's Angels Full Throttle angel food cake. Right in here, I'm making a little bit of meringue. And what I did is I started to whip this. And then when it was started to get foamy, just like for the meringue cookies, I added some of the sugar and the cream of tartar. So but we're not going to whip this too stiff, because if we whip this too stiff like we did the meringue, it's going to be a problem. Now, once it starts to form the soft peaks like it is right now, I'm going to add a little bit of my lemon extract, a little bit of vanilla extract, and let that mix together. Plus, I have a little bit of zest in there as well. Now, wanted to just show you a little something about when you're talking about whipping egg whites. You want to make sure everything is really clean. There's no yolk in there. Then what I'll do is I'll just take regular vanilla. I'll put a splash of vanilla in the bowl, and then with a dry towel, I'll wipe it out. And what that does is that takes away anything, really cleans it up, gives it the acid balance it needs for the bowl to properly whip the egg whites. If I said vanilla, I meant vinegar. I'm just totally thrown off by Charlie's Angels Full Throttle. So this is almost good to go. The next thing we have to do is we have to incorporate our dry ingredients. Now, I took half the sugar and added it to the egg whites. What I have the other half of the sugar here. I'm just going to take this along with the flour. Again, remember there's no fat in this. And I sift this. And I'm sifting this onto parchment paper, and I'll show you why. Because I want this to be very light. Now, see all this stuff that doesn't go through? Right there, that little bit of sugar and flour. I'll get rid of that. Now I have my bowl here, and what I do is I take it off the parchment paper and put it here again. I sift it a second time. By doing that, I'm creating a lightness to the cake. So we just come and we sift it again. That really mixes my dry ingredients together well. That little bit more sugar there that didn't go through was not meant to go into the cake. Now, what we're going to do now is, yeah, these are perfect. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to take a little bit of my egg white here. A little bit of my egg white right here. About a fourth of it right here. Good. And using this whip attachment right here, I'm just going to mix this in with the flour and the remaining sugar. This way, I get all of the flour and the sugar into this mixture, which is now tempered, without deflating my egg whites. Then, I take my remaining egg whites, add them very quickly into this. And again, notice they're not too firm. We don't want them too firm. Come in this way. Then we just come in and we fold this just till it comes together. So you continue to fold this. Notice I come up from underneath. I take it, I pick the spatula up through the middle, just to incorporate those ingredients. Don't want to be too aggressive. You don't want to deflate these. Now, I have my angel food cake pan here. Cute, isn't it cute? So this doesn't stick. I have a misting bottle here with water. I spray the inside of this with water. There's no oil in this. We spray this with water. If you wanted right here, you could put parchment paper there on the very bottom, but you don't have to. Then what we're going to do is we're just going to take our batter and work our batter right around our insert right here. Let's get all our batter in there, making sure you spread it evenly. Now, I did this like this on purpose so you could see that I did it lopsided, right? Lopsided. All I'm going to do right now is take this, spread it around this way so it's nice and smooth. Then with a wet hand, I have a wet towel here, with a wet hand I can come in this way and I can get a very smooth edge. Once that ever tastes good. I'm going to bake this in a 350 degree oven for about 45 minutes. As soon as it comes out of the oven, I take it this way and I put it upside down on a plate this way. That's why we have these stands right here. The cake is supposed to drop out. It will if you push it a little bit. You see that? Then it sticks on the bottom there with a paring knife. You come in right here and you just cut right along the bottom. See how easy this comes out? Look, not tearing it. There's my angel food cake. Now to serve this. Oh, I only have about 1 minute left and I want to find a very special plate for this angel food cake. I think this will give it a nice approach. So then we'll take our angel food cake here. Look at how beautiful this looks. Just like this right there. And some strawberries to go with it right here, right on top. And of course, just a little bit of whipped cream right here too. Looks good, doesn't it? Angel food cake with strawberries and whipped cream. Definitely a tribute to Charlie's Angels Full Throttle, because everything we made today was full throttle, whether it was the angel food cake, the angels on horseback, or the angel's kiss. Thank you for watching Let's Cook today. You have a great day and enjoy all this summer's blockbuster hits. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye for now.